This is the hive that I knew was going to be a dead out. I already mentioned it. Probably going to find that they starved to death and didn't have any brood. That would be my guess, what I'm going to find. I can see there's a cluster there all the way across the top. So this hive had plenty of bees, but I lost the queen. And then I assumed, even though it was late in the fall, that they would requeen themselves. And I kind of got busy with work and stuff and didn't really get time to check on them. And after 3 weeks passed, it was kind of a bad situation then, because I wasn't going to be able to requeen it any other way if they didn't do it on their own. And that's basically what happened. I'm trying to get this separator board out. It is glued in there like crazy. Now they actually had plenty of resources, and if there's any live bees in here now, it's going to be robbers. Robbers looking for resources. They had plenty of resources going into winter. I'm sure if there's anything left now, it's probably going to get robbed out pretty quick, but I'm kind of guessing that there's not even really anything in there. So what I'll do is one of my first splits from my other hive, because this is a custom hive. Langstroth frames will work in it, just like this one. But it really uses frames like this one that I'm going to pull out next. It's bigger than, I don't remember what the name of that's called now. Lazutin or whatever it is. They're bigger than those. As you can see, they're very big. So we see all the bees. There's no resources on these frames. No brood, no resources. They basically starved to death. I know that's what happened to them. They didn't have a queen, so they didn't have anything to keep. No brood to keep warm or anything like that. It was basically that they just died. And you can see that sometimes I take a Langstroth deep and a Langstroth shallow and kind of like put them together. But what I'll do, I'll take a split out of my other hive, which is that one over there. It's built the same way, and get this one reestablished. But I know there's not going to be anything. You can see where they tried to requeen themselves. There's a queen cell right there. There's another one right there. Another one right there. They couldn't pull it off before the weather turned too cold for the queen to do her mating flight. I kind of knew that's what was going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. So I went into winter with not very high hopes for this hive to begin with. But what's going to happen is it'll make a good hive to start easily from a split on that other hive. I'm not even going to clean it up. I'll basically just take a frame with some eggs and pollen and some workers and get it going. There's another queen cell right there. So I mean, they tried to requeen themselves. I think maybe what happened is that they probably did requeen themselves, but the queen couldn't get any really her mating flight done or anything like that. And then with no brood, they just wasn't going to survive over winter. They were basically going to shiver until they all froze to death. Shiver until they basically run out of resources, and then they would freeze to death, and that's exactly what happened on this hive. Which, to be honest with you, is kind of what I thought would happen. But not a loss, because I got plenty of other hives, and I'll get this one reestablished, and it'll be good. So, not a big deal. Anyways, that's my analysis of this, and what I thought was going to happen happened, and played out just the way I thought that it would, so makes it kind of easy. So here in probably, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks, I'll take a frame full of resources and brood and pollen from this hive and eggs and all that stuff, and then I'll take and shake off a bunch of workers into this hive, and they'll reestablish, and they've already got a lot of frames with resources on it. They can get started really quick. So it's not a huge loss. I mean, it happens every now and then. You obviously try to minimize how many times it happens, but it does happen. And that's just the way it works out. I kind of need to split this or shave some off of this. I had problems with this divider all last year. I ain't gonna worry about it today, I don't think. But anyways, that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching. As always, God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your homesteads.